Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. And in order of how well my Magician of Chaos video did, you guys got that to 10,000 views. My most successful video, I think, in like over a year or something like that. So appreciate y'all watching that video. And I thought I'd show you guys the other variant I was trying out. That I was trying to get King of Games with this, and unfortunately I lost my King of Games promo matchup. And then after that, it was just really hard to get a win streak going, so I ended up having to switch decks. But yeah, this is a Darklord variant using Master of Rites. Master of Rites, as you know, if you lose 1000 life, you can activate it to shuffle a card from your hand, and then draw a random ritual spell or ritual monster. You get to choose which one you pick. You can use it you can use it up to twice per duel, but you can use it more than once per turn. So if you can activate two effects of your Darklord monsters, you can actually use it the same turn to search the ritual spell and then the ritual monster if you need to. But a lot of times you don't need to. There is that strange occasion where you can go for that. And yeah, this deck was actually shared by my boy Dark Musician. He really liked the original one I made, and he made one using Darklords. And I only changed a couple of things. He was running triple mirror wall. In my experience with the deck, I was having a hard time drawing into enough of my Darklord engine, so I ended up taking out the mirror wall and putting an Uko back instead, and it made the deck a little bit more consistent. But that's definitely one of the weak points, is that sometimes you'll unfortunately not draw into your Darklord engine, and at that point the deck just suffers a lot if you don't have your ritual. And sometimes even if you're able to set up a Magician of Chaos by itself, it's not a huge threat at 2500 attack. So yeah, that was my main issue with the deck. The other thing is the fact that Darklords are only at 1 Sanctified now. It's super scary because we're in a Cosmic Cyclone meta. Like 80% of the decks I face in ranked all run Cosmic Cyclone. So if they banish your 1 Sanctified Darklord, you lose a lot of what Darklords try to do, because you're paying life, you don't have any means of gaining your life back, and you're not negating monster effects, which is the main thing you want the Darklord engine for. However, when you do have your Sanctified, this deck is so broken. Once you have a Darklord setup with Sanctified face down, and you have a Magician of Chaos, there's so little things your opponent can do, because you're going to be able to negate effects, you're going to be able to interrupt the play by destroying a card using your Magician of Chaos. And then on top of that, we're running the mirror wall, which a lot of people don't expect. A lot of times they'll just attack into Magician of Chaos to get him off the board. I flip with the mirror wall, and you know, they just lost their monster. So mirror wall, really good. It's also a card that you can activate at any time, so if you need to destroy something during your opponent's turn to interrupt your play, you can just flip up the mirror wall. Thanks to the Sanctified, you can pay for the mirror wall, keep it on the board for multiple turns, and that's also super good. But yeah, other than that, you know, we have the Ritual Engine, which is 2 and 2. We have the level 7 Metaphys Armed Dragon. I didn't want to use Dark Magician because he has no synergy in the deck other than being used as the ritual material. So I just went with 2800 meter. In the rare case that I need to tribute maybe 2 Darklords for a Metaphys Armed Dragon and try to go for game, I just wanted the bigger attack in the deck. Other than that, you know, you have the 3 Eggshield, 3 Banishment, 2 Darklord Contact, 1 Sanctified, 2 Nastin, and then 1 Ukobak. We don't have my boy Superbia in here, which is kind of sad, but the deck doesn't really need it. Most of the time you want to be able to have Eggshell and Nastin, and because that third slot is going to be used by the Magician of Chaos, the Superbia doesn't really, it's not really needed in here. But yeah, let's go ahead and show you some spicy replays with this deck. And yeah, like I said, I was really excited to get, you know, to reach King of Games with this, and I want to say in my promotion match, I just completely bricked. Like, I had the worst hand you can draw, which is probably double Magician of Chaos and your 2 normal monsters. It was something like that, something completely unplayable, and I just lost the promo match. Really hard to get a win streak after that, so still the deck is very strong. Probably better in luckier duelist hands. You guys know how bad my RNG can be sometimes. So here we're going up against Magnets. We top deck the Eggshell, which is great. We're just gonna go ahead and put the Sanctified in the graveyard. A lot of times I was doing that. I was just getting the Sanctified in the graveyard instead of setting it face down because I was worried about the Cosmic Cyclone. So we're gonna pay 1,000 to search. Now we can activate Master of Rites. And that's what's so kind of broken about this deck, is that if you pay the 1,000 for a banishment, you get to add a card and then you get to shuffle that card back for your ritual. So you don't even lose card advantage thanks to the Darklord engine. So now we can go Advanced Ritual Art, send the Worm, summon the boy Magician of Chaos. Had to make sure I was recording for a second. And we go for the attack, not really for the attack to go through, but just to force the tag out of Delta. And when he activates the magnetic field to try to summon the beta, we're gonna destroy that. So now he can't bounce our monsters back. And we have a double mirror wall, so we're very well protected. He goes for the destruction, that's fine. Eggshell can activate to negate that effect, and we gain 3,000 life. Goes for the attack on my Magician, mirror wall. He doesn't have enough space to summon the other monsters. Now we can finally go in. Ends phase, we're gonna activate the mirror wall so we can destroy one of the back row. Pay for the wall, activate Master of Rites. And that's gonna let me activate my Advanced Ritual Art, summon another Chaos Magician, not before destroying the face down. And I was very puzzled by this because that was a treacherous that he chose not to activate. I'm pretty sure he had no traps in the graveyard, so I don't know why keep the treacherous, but we get the win nonetheless. And we have another Sarah. A lot of people obviously using Sarah, myself included, trying to level up the character, get the skills that she has. Alright.
Duel.
So a really good turn 1 play. I'm going to summon my Magician of Chaos first. That way I don't draw into my Worm of Eggshell. You know, we're thinning the deck out. Draw 2, we get the second contact, super lucky. Although we don't have a banishment, which means we can't search for, we can't search for or sanctify. We have a mirror wall, so we'll be able to stop the attack. See, he chooses not to activate his Nastin effect, thinking this is more than likely a sanctified. And then he's just gonna go for the attack. So attacks right into my mirror wall. Now we get the easy win. Easy scoop. Next we have Pegasus, and I think this is the duel. Yeah, this is a duel that I should have not won, but I only won this duel because of how many turns I was able to keep mirror wall on the field. And I legitimately think my opponent just forgot that I had mirror wall because it stayed face up for so long. You guys will see. Because I was basically out of win conditions. He's gonna go Neos Fusion. He had a broken opening hand. I mean, just wait. Just wait. I know he just used Neos Fusion, but you wait. So we're gonna draw 2, activate Banishment to get Contact. Contact, special summon Eggshell. Contact, special summon the Nastin. Now I can activate Master of Rites. Get my Magician of Chaos. Summon the boy. And if I wanted to, after activating the Master of Rites the first time, I could have used the Nastin effect to search with Banishment. Activate it again. So we're gonna get another Contact. Set both of our back row. Advanced Ritual Arts. So I'm going to chain my Magician of Chaos, force the Neos Fusion to be sent from the graveyard. So this guy had Neos Fusion. I don't know if he top deck Advanced Ritual Art, but he summoned a Magician of Chaos now. Activates another Neos Fusion. He's gonna try to destroy my Nastin. I'm going to use the Sanctify. Goes for the attack, Mirror Wall. Very wise for him to not use the Neo's Fusion in the graveyard, not banish, because if he did, then I could have paid an attack over that weak monster. And he still has a great feel. I mean, he has Magician of Chaos and he has Brave Neos. So I'm going to activate Contact. Unfortunately, I can't chain my Magician of Chaos because he gets to respond first. So he's going to activate his. I'm going to have to negate with Ixchel. Alright, we get Nastin, go for the attack. Activates Magicalized Fusion. Like this guy, Neo's Fusion, Advanced Ritual Art, Neo's Fusion again, and then Magicalized Fusion. Without searching any of the above, just draw into them. Why not? So I'm gonna activate my Magician of Chaos effect to destroy the guy. It's gonna summon the Dark Cavalry and he has a card to negate, but because I'm keeping the Mirror Wall on the field, he very wisely doesn't attack. So right here, I'm gonna pay again. Banishment is going to activate. And I knew he was gonna negate here and destroy my Magician of Chaos, that's fine. I had to force the negate somehow. Uko back, send another banishment, Nastin, search the Sanctified Darklord. And you know how my opponent just keeps top decking like literally every turn? Watch his next top deck. I'm gonna set the Sanctified, top deck, Cosmic Cyclone. So I pretty much lost my win con. I don't have Sanctified anymore. I don't have my Magician of Chaos, but he attacks into my Nastin while I have a Mirror Wall face up. I don't know. He attacked into my Nastin. He realizes that I can just pay for the wall and attack over his Brave Neos, and we get the scoop. It's a very weird duel. I had no business winning it, but I wanted to show how crazy it is that you just keep Mirror Wall on the field. I think I kept it on the field 3 turns. Thanks to Sanctified. But yeah, once he banished it, I mean, my win con was gone because I was going to lose my Mirror Wall. I think I had already used both of my Magician of Chaos. And then he was just going to keep getting card advantage to negate with Cavalry. So yeah, he had the upper hand there. Going up against the balanced deck. We're going to search, draw. We don't get a contact, which is sad. But luckily my opponent does not go aggressively, so we are able to top deck it the following turn. Special summon Nastin using contact. Master of Rights, send the Eggshell back, get a Magician of Chaos. Summon the boy. Nastin, search for another contact. And I'm not gonna attack. I didn't want to attack into a like a Blue Eyes. Every time I see Kaiba, I think Blue Eyes, even though I completely forgot that he used balance. So he's gonna flip his Gravekeeper Spy. That's okay. When I activate Sanctify, negate the Gravekeeper Spy. And I decide to keep my Magician of Chaos effect, which was very good since he tried to overextend with Power to the Guardians. Now we can destroy the Spy. We take care of Power to the Guardians and Spy at the same time. Contact, destroy the monster. I want to play around the Drowning Mirror Force. We actually play around a Mirror Wall as well. I mean, Wall of Disruption. Descendant, summon. Activate Flight of Spirit. Activate Magician of Chaos. Destroy the Descendant. And that pretty much guarantees me the win. So, I had everything in that duel. I was negating effects. I was destroying back row. I was destroying monsters. That's the ideal scenario you want with this deck, is your 2 Darklord monsters, your Magician of Chaos, and a Sanctified face down, because that gives you a destruction and double monster negation. Just too many things for your opponent to play around. And then last but not least, we have a Yami Yugi, and this might have been a free win if I remember correctly. Cards of Consonance, sets a back row. Dares me to beat him, so I'm like, alright, contact, search. Contact, special summon, activate Master of Rights, send the worm back, get this brick out of my hand. Advanced Ritual Arts to summon my Magician of Chaos. Banishment to destroy the back row. And we're going to add our second Nastin from the deck. And I could have either hard summoned the Nastin or hard summoned the Metaphys Armed Dragon for the OTK that I was talking about earlier. There we go. Easy win. And yeah, really cool deck, man. Again, it has a little too much going on. There's clear synergy, but because it requires too many working parts, you will suffer as far as consistency goes. So there's gonna be, you know, those awkward hands when you have like one Darklord monster, two Mirror Walls, and a Magician of Chaos. Like, there's nothing you can do. Also, if you don't open at least one Darklord monster, that's almost a guaranteed loss, because you require, well, a Darklord card I should say, because you're gonna need 2 turns to get at least 2 Darklord cards in your hand to be able to go for the Eggshell draw 2 and stuff like that. But the deck is still super fun. Thank you guys so much for watching the last one. I hope you enjoyed this variant as well. And yeah, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.